after the United States launched the failed campaign of removing the Russian team from the Olympic Games in Rio, the Los Angeles bid as a host city to organize Games in 2024 can fall victim of anti-American sentiment, which now prevail in the International Olympic Committee. Of course, the campaign was began without the direct U.S. involvement. Just the European news agencies' reports, WADA investigations, the Rodchenkov's confessions, and the Olympic Committee voting. But at some point, the United States had led the harassment of the Russian team by the international institutes. There was also the role of the United States in several key decisions of the WADA, including the McLaren's report, which conclusions show no evidences of the state support for the doping Russian athletes. Washington exerted direct pressure on the International Olympic Committee. Different American entities, from the U.S. Anti-Doping Agency and the Olympic Committee to athletes and coaches, were speaking out for disqualification of the whole Russian Olympic team.
The United States and Canadian anti-doping agencies want a complete ban on Russia competing at the Rio Olympics. In the draft letter addressed to the International Olympic Committee, United States Anti-Doping Agency CEO Travis Tygart calls for a ban on all Russian athletes, not just in track and field.
Obviously, banning Russian track and field from the Olympics is absolutely the right outcome. And it happened because the world's clean athletes came together and demanded that their voice was heard. And look, it's not too late for athletes to stand up and do the right thing and hold the sport leaders that caused this harm, their inability to compete internationally for the last several months and now including the Olympic Games.
One can safely say that the WADA has been on the America's side, but not the justice one, and abuses double standards. It's worth mentioning recent kinky scandals surrounding the asthma and muscle-wasting drugs taken by numerous Western athletes, including the famous American Olympic champions. But in result, all that mess had almost no measurable impact. The Russian team, being dramatically downsized, had given a worthy performance, and the United States painted themselves not in the best light and provoked adverse reactions of the sports world's functionaries, who have an important voice in the International Olympic Committee and are the friends of Russia as well. In this case, they will certainly follow the motto, "The enemy of my friend is my enemy." And it is precisely the September 2017 when the International Olympic Committee will decide on what candidate city is the host to organize the Olympic Games 2024. The United States will surely face the protest voting. The Olympic Games can be given to another city, but not to Los Angeles. But even if Los Angeles bid wins, this victory will turn out to be worse than a defeat. Russia and its allies always have secret weapon that can shoot in the nick of time, a total boycott of the Games. The countries affected by the unsportsmanlike behavior of America and its associates are now discussing the idea.